Good morning and welcome everybody to my channel. My name is Jakub Vaniš and today we're going to be talking about the most recent GTA 6 leaks. Everybody is very interested to see, how GTA 6 is shaping up, but there have been some new rumors and some new information. So let's get right into it and let's check it out. So recently there has been a guy called CyberLeak that has been unveiling basically every single day since the beginning of this week new videos of him playing GTA 6, a certain build that apparently is about 1 year old from 2025, and we've got altogether 7 different videos, content of I think about 11 minutes of length, so it's pretty big. And so what we've seen in these videos, and I can recommend you to look it up. I unfortunately cannot show it here, but what you can do is just go to Reddit or go to axe.com and search for GTA leaks, and you will find it. Or there is a channel on Reddit which is called GTA 6 Unmodered, I think, unmoderated. This one will show you basically everything, and there are separate videos, or you can just find one that has all of it together, these 11 minutes. Just maybe, if you're expecting, anything huge, the guy apparently doesn't really know how to play games much. He does really basic things. So I can explain what's happening in each of these videos. In the first one that we got, you're playing as Jason. He's on the porch of his house that we've seen in the trailers. He's kind of leaning, and then he jumps over that porch, which has a little bit weird animation. He gets a basketball, plays at the net a few times, and then the basketball, goes into like a river or into the sea. So you can see, some physics and animations. It looks unfinished, but it looks good. It looks like, a 2026 game, I would say. And back then, when this was released, people were thinking that this is definitely fake, some AI fake. There are so many AI fakes nowadays. But then he also added a full map. So finally we got a visibility of the full map, how it looks like. Apparently it's about 1.5 to 2 times larger than the GTA 5 map. 2 times if you include also the oceans around it. But it has a very similar shape to GTA 5, where you have basically the main city, Vice City, is kind of on the southeastern corner, and then there are some mountains and there's lakes, etc. So that was another kind of credible thing. Then he added, a first video of him driving a car, and he was a terrible driver. He actually just, is driving at a highway, and he hits a delivery truck. The guy is pissed off from the truck. He steps out. He has a wrench. He attacks Jason, or this player, and Jason kills him, beats him to death, and that's where it ends. But you can see, the physics and how does it look like, how the car probably handles. The car feels very heavy in this one, or like I said, maybe the player actually is not super skillful. But what was interesting was the little details, like Jason actually adjusting a rear view mirror and this kind of thing. So that was very, very, interesting. Then another video was basically first time nighttime. What's the biggest difference compared to GTA 5 is that you have completely dark sky compared to what you are seeing in GTA 5, and there's basically he goes into like a secured area where there's a lot of big trucks. He beats up a lot of security guys, and then he steals a truck. What is interesting about this one is it seems to be everything is scaled up proportionally really well. It looks like a real truck. It's really massive compared to previous GTAs where they didn't scale so much, compared to the protagonist, to the player. I think the next video was him driving. I think he beat up a policeman on a bike, and he got that bike, and then he went into like a homeless camp and beat up a bunch of homeless with a knife. So like it's so weird, to even talk about it, because this is nothing you would be interested in. You would probably, I don't know, some people play GTA for this kind of stuff, but I would say most of the people really enjoy the story, and shootouts, etc. and we're not really getting them. But what was interesting is that he ended one of these with a cutscene where in the cutscene they talk about how they will never find him because uses VPN. So that kind of up until this moment everybody was thinking that he just has some pre-recorded videos that he downloaded from some Rockstar servers, maybe from testers. But this showed that maybe he has way more of the videos, or maybe he even has a game itself. And that was actually then confirmed in the next video, which was actually him flying across Vice City. It took him approximately 2 minutes. So it looks like it's quite massive. People are complaining that the maps looks, small if it takes him 2 minutes to go across, I don't know, like maybe 1/3, 1/4 of a map or something like that. But definitely, you see how dense it is, etc. It's gonna be really, really big. But that video is super impressive, and it ends with him shooting at the wall, and the bullet holes basically he writes with those bullet holes leak on the wall. So here he proves that he has a working build of the game, apparently from 2025. And then I think we got a new video yesterday, which was him stealing like a hypercar, some kind of a Ferrari, type of car. And that handles definitely better than in the previous leak. You can see it is kind of arcadey, super, super fast. It looks really nice. What people are sometimes complaining about is that the streets don't seem too dense. What I saw is the comparison of like how wide are the streets or the roads compared to GTA 5, where they were super, super wide for you to really enjoy the arcadey feeling, but here they seem really close to the real deal. So as you can see, we're getting a lot of it. And I checked some news on the internet regarding this, and let me read it out. Yeah. So Jason Schreier is one of the biggest gaming analysts, and he wrote an article, and I'll just go through the bullet points of this article. So apparently Rockstar's entire management is working extensively to determine the leaker's origin, as he still remains active. By the way, there was a lot of different things on the internet saying that they already cut him. There was articles even in written newspapers, but apparently they don't have him, because just after these articles came out, there was a new video coming out. So it looks like he's still out there somewhere. There are currently no plans to change the gameplay premiere date on August 27 on Netflix, or make another immediate actions to the marketing strategy due to the leak. So they will keep it as it is. They will not change their strategy based on this. Rockstar's leaders and employees are angry because this is the second time that the game has suffered a major leak. Yes, see, so this already happened years ago at the beginning of the development, and I don't know, it's probably too massive of a studio, right? So they have a studio in London, in New York, and also in India. Apparently this leak happened in India, or from their Indian studios somehow. The leaker has or had access to a working build of the game, and not just pre-recorded videos, like I said. The leak may undercut the Netflix reveal, which was supposed to be the first time that anyone saw the gameplay. Developers are feeling frustrated and exhausted as the company called them back to the office 5 days a week and put an end to remote work to prevent more leaks, but this still happens. See, so they called them back in 2024 and 2023 when the first leak happened, and now they just couldn't prevent it, so it was all for nothing. One of the company's top executives sent out an email to the devs denouncing the leaker and promising that the incident wouldn't detract from the excellent work they have done. Developers are continuing to work on the game, which isn't finished yet, but it's getting close. Yes, well, it needs to be getting close. It was already delayed twice, right? We all know that this is something that was supposed to come out a year ago. Then it was delayed till May this year, 2026, and now to November 2026. So I really hope that this doesn't mean another delay. And I have another piece of news which is even more interesting. This just came out now. Cyber League has reportedly added a new message to the Rockstar on their website. So even on their website, I cannot find it there, but apparently it was there. Message states that they have a build of GTA 6, which everybody knows now. Build is copied, spread around the world, so he spread it somewhere, and he must manually cancel its release each day by hand. In other words, if something happens to Cyber League, the build will be released for everybody on the internet, because they won't be there to stop it, because there's a pre-programmed release. So this is really, really heavy, right? What does Rockstar do now? What if it really fully leaks? It looks like the build of the game only contains the beginning of the game, because we didn't see Lucia, we didn't see anything else than Jason. At the beginning of the game, it doesn't look like there's many missions or anything, so you can probably get like story spoilers of the ending or anything like that, hopefully. But still, if the game is completely leaked on PC, which by the way, it's not coming out officially on PC in November, maybe they will announce it later, then it's kind of over. I don't know, what to think about it. I like, honestly, I'm not really applauding, Cyber League in here, even though it's very entertaining and interesting to see these videos, and I recommend, you to check it out. But the reactions are kind of interesting, because people expected that this game is, I don't know, gonna be completely something else, but now they just see it's like a GTA mixed with Red Dead Redemption 2, which is really realistic. And for me, myself, this is actually very nice. I really am looking forward to this more, and I'm more hyped. But I think we'll see the most about, how does it look like in the current stage on this Netflix, reveal on August 27. So it will be interesting to compare it to this 1-year-old build. How does it look like graphically? Is there more dense population? And what are the recent changes? On the other hand, it's true, Rockstar has been, basically the last GTA 5 was released in 2013, right? 2013. And right now, it's been 13 years since we got any GTA stuff, right? Apart from the online. So, people are starved, right? We basically got 2 little trailers in the past few years, and that's it. And it's coming out in 2-3 months, and we haven't seen the gameplay yet. So obviously, Rockstar maybe messed it up a little bit with their marketing strategy. But let me know what you think about it in the comments. Are you checking it out? Are you excited about the game still? Let me know. Otherwise, this has been Jakub Vaniš, and I'm glad to bring you this kind of news. So thanks a lot, everybody, and take care. Cheers. Bye bye.